Being a lightweight. He started off.
In his mind is the fact it's revenge.
Oh, but a lot of time left in this fight. This is going to end in the first round. Senegal is hurt. Mcgirt all over him and down.
147 pounds. Big right hand. Sends Ayers.
Good did it.
Ayers in trouble in the corner and trying to cover up, but has not fired back. And Mcgirt is out.
Nice left hook. Very similar to the all over Aguirre. And down with a right.
Look at him throw it. He's got him hurt.
Fighting is hurt. Good right and look at Mcgirt work him over. It's all over.
Now Mcgirt has him in trouble. Another left hook. Fight is in trouble.
I think has missed a scoring punch and down goes.
Buddy Mcgirt just isn't there to get hit with.
And Mcgirt lands two solid rights and has Montgomery wobbly. Big combination by Buddy Mcgirt. Another overhand right.
What's going on, you guys? So it's been talks about who should Deontay Wilder bring to camp to help him prepare for his rubber match with Tyson Fury. Is it even enough time? Now, I'm not going to speak on the Glovegate scandal. I've done enough talking about that. We already know what it is. Despite all that, Deontay Wilder has to still go up in there and beat Tyson Fury, something that he has yet to been able to do. Whether you felt he knocked him out in the first fight or not, Deontay Wilder still has yet to beat Tyson Fury. And a lot of former fighters, trainers, have thrown their name into the hat to help Deontay Wilder prepare. Others bashed him. Guys like Antonio Tarver said he pretty much he needs to go back to amateurs. How did he even make it this far? You know, Floyd Mayweather Sr. said he's trash and Tyson Fury ain't nothing special. So you got a lot of guys trashing him. Then you got some other guys willing to help the brother out. George Foreman is one of them. Said he needs to help Wilder. You know, Buddy Mcgirt threw his name in the hat to help. Actually, Floyd Mayweather Jr., whether you believe he's genuine or not, throwing his name in the hat to help as well. I think Lennox Lewis would be a good asset to help Deontay Wilder just because he has the size. You know, he has that heavyweight. He'll bring that heavyweight help. George Foreman would be good too. However, George Foreman, I feel that Deontay Wilder should use his athletic ability to his fullest. You know, he kind of plods around the ring and his stance is pretty wide. And when your stance is so wide, you can't get on your feet quick enough, you know, and I think Buddy Mcgirt would be a good help for Wilder. And I got the article link in the description. And he says he's willing to help Deontay Wilder prepare for Tyson Fury. He says he just needs to make minor adjustments. Everybody's making a big thing like he has to make these big major changes. No, just little minor things. What has he been doing has been working for him so far. I think he has gotten away from a lot of basic stuff. And a lot of us would agree that Deontay Wilder has fell in love with his 1-2, his right hand. You know, he kind of got away from working on his jab and, you know, just mixing up his punches. In order for him to be really take his skill, take his game to the next level, Deontay Wilder is going to have to vary up his punch variety. He's going to have to throw a lot of different types of punches, and he's going to have to really get good at these punches and get comfortable throwing these punches in a short amount of time. But if we all know Wilder, the old Wilder, back when he was kind of coming up, he was wild. He threw all kinds of punches. You know what I'm saying? Just wild. Maybe he should go back to that. But yeah, he says, I'm not going to say too much wrong. I just want to say, relying on the power too much, you got to set it up. Some people will give it to you to knock them out. Some people, you've got to set them up. It's called the overlay for the underplay. I think Buddy Mcgirt would be a real good coach for Deontay Wilder. Buddy Mcgirt seems to be able to help a lot of veteran or older fighters, you know, learn new tricks, so to speak. I'm kind of against the old dog can't be taught new tricks notion nowadays. I mean, we evolve as men. Your brain don't stop working at 35 years old, people. I mean, let's just be honest. You're still pretty much in your prime, in your 30s nowadays. You know what I'm saying? 30s is pretty much the new 20s, so to speak. You know, depending on how you take care of yourself. But yeah, he says, I just think he has the potential to beat Fury. I don't want to say knockout, but I believe he has the potential to beat him. Like I say, if he makes minor little adjustments, I think he can win it. I don't know what's wrong. There's only two people that know what was wrong with him that night, and that's him and God. But he definitely wasn't himself. He has enough time, but the question is, mentally, will he be ready? And that's the big question. We know Deontay Wilder is a guy who's super confident. He believes in himself, but mentally, will he be ready to get back in there? And or will he be able to learn enough things in time to be able to deal with what Tyson Fury brings to the fight? You know, all the roughhousing tactics, all the dirty tactics. You know, Deontay Wilder does, if you look at that fight and take away the fact that Tyson Fury cheated, if you take all that away and you just look at the fight without that, Deontay Wilder, there was a lot of things he could have done that he just didn't do. You know, now it could have been just, he just was drained. He just didn't have any energy, and it did look like he was drained. Okay. But I think Buddy Mcgirt will be a good help. I was thinking Antonio Tarver, but Antonio Tarver kind of trashed him. I think that was pretty stupid on his part. I think that was really stupid on his part to try to trash Wilder, telling him he needs to go back to the amateurs. Look what this guy's done. You know what I'm saying? You go back to the amateurs for what? He's knocking motherfuckers out with one punch. Like, go back to the amateurs for what? He's riding around in Rolls Royces, bro. Like, and you out here on your knuckles. So I didn't really like that from Antonio Tarver. He should have been, you know, kind of reaching out, because I think Antonio Tarver would have been a good asset to Wilder's team, just because he's really technical and he just knows how to fight. And I'm still mad at him from fucking up Roy Jones years ago. I'm still mad about that. I'm still pretty mad about that. I ain't gonna lie, I was devastated when that happened years ago, and I'm sure a lot of you were too, when Roy Jones got knocked out by Antonio Tarver. And that made Antonio Tarver a public enemy #1 at that time. People still hated him to this day, even when he did the Rocky movie. But yeah, George Foreman, I think he'll be a good help. George Foreman, dynamite in his hands. He has that mummy-like style, but it worked for him. You know, he's kind of, if you think about it, he's not the most technically, you know, beautiful fighter either. You know, he's not the guy that has the crisp combinations or the fluid punches, but whatever he did worked for him. And in that sense, he's very similar to Deontay Wilder. So maybe he could show Wilder how to, you know, maybe he could show him something. I'm not sure what George can really show Wilder. I feel that Wilder has always been a more athletic guy. I think Wilder definitely should use his athletic ability to his fullest instead of standing there with that wide stance, you know, just plodding around the ring. Deontay Wilder has a lot of athleticism. He's the smallest heavyweight as far as weight, and he should use that to his advantage. He should use his speed to his advantage. Put all that weight on, we forget about it. You got the power regardless. Just use your speed to your advantage, and I think Deontay Wilder will be just fine. But I do think Buddy Mcgirt will be a good help to the team, as long as Buddy Mcgirt ain't throwing in no towels. Because we know Buddy Mcgirt, he protects his fighters, and he will throw in the towel if you ain't giving him none or if he ain't seeing something. You know, so, but yeah, man, I think Buddy Mcgirt will be a good help. I think Deontay Wilder should bring in a couple of guys, you know, get different looks. You know, George Foreman could teach him how to set up the right hand with the sneaky power, you know, from a heavyweight aspect, and Buddy Mcgirt could show him, you know, whatever Buddy Mcgirt could show him. Footwork, you know, setting up his shots better, you know, having a different punch variety. I think he needs to bring some guys in that he'll listen to, because he's just simply not listening to Mark Breland and Jay Diaz, and they just pretty much along for the ride at this point. You know, Deontay Wilder been running his own camps, and it showed in the fight with Tyson Fury. But yeah, man, tell me what you guys think. Would Buddy Mcgirt be a good asset to Team Wilder? Who do you think that Wilder should bring into camp to help him prepare for the rubber match with Tyson Fury this July? Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.